The Detroit Lions currently lead the NFC North by 1.5 games, and they have a chance to increase that lead to 2.5 games depending on the outcome of the Green Bay game. Now, this game will be at home for the Detroit Lions. I will be there in section 337. The plan is to get there at 10 and then hike my way to the stadium and then stop around some tailgate spots and then hit the stadium and get ready for this game, man. This is a big game for the Detroit Lions. Remember what Carolina did to us last year when we went to their place. We were on a 3-game win streak. We needed this game. It was a team we should beat. We win that game, we go to the playoffs, right? But we lose that game. We then have to win the next 2 and hope that the Seahawks lose. And because of that, if we would have won that game, we would have gone into the Packer game just needing to win to get into the playoffs. We wouldn't have needed any help from anybody else. They ran all over the Detroit Lions, getting a team record of 320 yards. And the team feels salty about that. We talked about it. But this is definitely a game that we cannot overlook. This is a game that we have to take very serious because it can be a game that we lose just not taking it serious. But I don't think that's going to happen. But let's go over the ESPN Gamecast and take a look at the stats. Now, again, this is, I want to say the line is 10 in this, 10 points or something like that. The Detroit Lions have a 77.2% chance to win this game to Carolina's 22.6. Passing yards, Jared Goff is 91 for 131, over 1,000 yards with 1,029, 6 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He had 7 all last year to 29 touchdowns. He's got to clean that up. He's thrown an interception in the last 3 games. The only one he didn't throw an interception this year was the Carolina Panther game. Bryce Young, a miserable 67 for 133, 503 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. David Montgomery missed a game, still has 69 carries, 262 yards for 5 touchdowns. 3 of those came against the Green Bay Packers. Miles Sanders not really getting much work over there. 54 carries, 158 yards, and 1 touchdown. Adam Thielen. Now, don't forget that this team here has DJ Chark, and I want to say already missed a game or 2, excuse me, and he's not really doing anything over there. Adam Thielen is the leading wide receiver, 27 receptions, 287 yards with 2 touchdowns. St. Brown, who is right now, the status at 314, he's not out as of yet, has 26 receptions, 331 yards for 2 touchdowns. Want to get a ticket as low as 57, I would assume that is standing room only. Look at the injury report. Xavier Woods out for the Carolina Panthers. Dante Jackson is questionable. Steven Sullivan is IR, and Austin Colbert, their guard, is off IR, and he's trying to get back to the team, but he probably will not play tomorrow. For us, we've got CJ Gardner-Johnson, Vitae Mosley, and Kirby Joseph will probably all play tomorrow at questionable. James Mitchell is doubtful, and St. Brown is doubtful as well. We're looking to probably see out sooner or later today. Let's look at the stats. Total yards, 311 for the Carolina Panthers to 393 for the Detroit Lions. So we get over 75 more yards a game than them. Passing yards, 257 for us and 216 for them. Rushing yards, they average 95. We average 50 more almost. 41 by getting 136.5. Yards allowed, 311 to their 332. Pass yards allowed, we allow 250. Make sure I'm on the right side, so we got to clean that up big time. But they allow 196, so their pass defense is pretty good. But we got them back with the rush yards. They allow 75 more. That is 76 yards more than we do on the ground. We allow 60.8, and they allow 136.3. I don't expect that to change, this number to change too much tomorrow. Last 5, the Carolina Panthers are winless. Absolutely, dating back to the last preseason we played them. They are on a 5-game losing streak, 4 in the regular season. The Detroit Lions are 4-1, including the preseason. And if you go back to last year, I think our team we are now currently 12-3 on the season. So what do I think needs to happen tomorrow for the Detroit Lions to get this game? Well, I think it goes without saying that, well, I don't want to sound like I'm overlooking the Panthers, but we should beat these guys. we should beat these guys. I went and did some reconnaissance yesterday, and I watched the Panthers broadcast about their matchup with the Detroit Lions, and Coach Reich was saying how they don't really have any tape from when they played us in the preseason because there were no starters here, right? It was very few starters, and so they're looking at the tape from the past 4 games. I think that the Detroit Lions should handle this team. And I'm not trying to be arrogant or haughty. We should beat this team. This is not the same team as last year that we're facing, not at the same location, and the Detroit Lions are a different team. Our run defense was putrid last year, and now it's the best run D in the league currently going into week 4. So I think we should have no problem beating them. We're at home. There's no way. I said this about Seattle, and we lost that game. But a lot of that you can put on coaching as well. I think Dan Campbell is learning to coach better. He's not going to make the same mistakes, even if it came down to what to Seattle, which it shouldn't. I expect this to be a blowout. Now, a fun fact is that the Carolina has led in every game they've played. So it might not be a blowout, but I do expect the Detroit Lions to win. Bryce Young, 11 sacks on the season. He's played 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. That's right, because Andy Dalton played game 3. So in 3 games, this guy's been sacked 11 times. That is 3.8 sacks a game for the defense. The Detroit Lions are coming off a 7-sack game and a 5-sack game. I expect another big sack performance tomorrow from the Detroit Lions defensive line. I'm going to say 4+ tomorrow from the defensive line alone. Bryce Young, got to pressure him. He'll go down super easy. We'll take him out. Jared Goff has to be smarter with the football. In the Seattle game, you could say the difference in that game was the pick 6. It was a lot of other stuff that went to that, but he's thrown an interception in his past 3 games. He's got to clean that up. No turnovers from Jared Goff, period, right? And run the football, get Jahmyr Gibbs involved, and we should have no problem beating this team. Jamison Williams should have a big day tomorrow. No St. Brown. Their pass defense is pretty stout, so we'll see what he can do. But I'm expecting Jamison Williams while he's in to get, you know what I'm going to call it? Jamison Williams gets his first touchdown of the season tomorrow. They'll find a way to get him the ball, as will Jahmyr Gibbs. So those are my 2 calls. Jahmyr Gibbs gets his first tutty of the season, of his career, and Jamison Williams will get the first of the season. I think the Detroit Lions are going to win this game. It could be close. I mean, I don't see it being close. I think that you have the last time we played at home against a team we were favored to beat, we lost. And I don't think this team, the way the defense is playing, the way the run defense is playing, I think they're going into this game remembering what was done to them last year. And we got some new people on the team. Cam Sutton, David Montgomery. But so they don't know about that sting. They didn't experience it. But David Montgomery had just beat the Packers for the first time. He tried 7 times and failed all 7. This was his first time beating the Packers. So I think that this team is going to come out. I think they're going to dominate, and I think they're going to win this game. Scores, I'm not sure because I don't do score predictions, but I think that the Detroit Lions dominate and win by 2 or 3 scores. I really, truly believe that, but I don't think they can get comfortable. Pressure Bryce, make him he has 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He's literally 1 touchdown to 1 interception in his career. Been sacked 11 times. Could you imagine 4 times? Like, you get sacked 4 times a game. Lions should win this game. Defensive line, Shafiq, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, I will be there. Get there a little early. Stop around. I got 3 tailgate spots I got to hit, and I'll be in section 337. The goal is to be there at 10, maybe go in the stadium 11:30, something like that, and get ready for the showdown, man. So if you want to, I'll probably put up a community post so I can check it during the game. And if anybody want to link up and say what's up, I'll look forward to doing that. And don't forget about the watch party happening 2 weeks from tomorrow at Uno's Pizzeria. I want to say we're up to about 17 or 18 tickets. The Detroit Lions will be on the road facing the Baltimore Ravens. So come on down, hang with us. We'll be watching it on a screen that's going to be awesome, man. If you were there last time, you already know, and they're going to lift it up. They've already done it. Well, I think they have. And it's going to be an even better experience than the last time. So be sure to check the description for that information. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. The Lions have an opportunity tomorrow to really dominate the division. Right now, they have a 74% chance to make the playoffs and a 4-1 record. Depending on what happens in Green Bay could drop to 2-3, and the Detroit Lions will have a 2.5 game lead on the closest opponent with 5 division games left and being 1-0 in the division already. I'm telling you, this is our year.